morning, Charlie. Today what we're going to do is we're going to review once again how to multiply decimals, but we're going to throw in adding and subtracting decimals. Now, I know it's really hard for you to figure out when to use what operation and what to do in each case. So what I have done is I've broken it down into a foldable for you. On the first page, put your name, nombre. And then what we're going to do is we're going to flip to the tab that says adding and subtracting decimals. Now at the top of the adding and subtracting decimal sheet, you will see steps in English and steps in Spanish so that you can refer back to it on your own or with Miss Brown. It says steps we're going to use is we're going to line the decimals up, we're going to add down right to left, we're going to carry as needed, and then we're going to drop our decimals straight down. Now, if it helps, Charlie, let's make ourselves a couple of lines. And these lines are going to represent the line that we're going to drop down our decimal in. So there's my first line, and there's my second line. We might even put some arrows on the ends to denote that we will be going straight down with the decimal. Whoops, I did the wrong way. Let's try that again. Okay, so now we have our yellow lines that represent that we're going to add straight down. So the first one we're going to do is 14 and 23 hundredths, which is written as 14.23 plus 1 and 679 thousandths, 1.679. Now to do this, what I've done is I've given you two problems that have the same number of digits, but we have to be careful because we have to line up those decimals. So when I do this, I have to make sure those decimals are right above each other. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add. To do that, we do need to put some zeros in if need be. And we start on the right and work our way to the left. So 0 plus 9 is 9. 3 plus 7 is 10. We carry our 1. 1 plus 2 is 3 plus 6 is 9. We drop our decimal down. 4 plus 1 is 5. And 1 plus nothing is just 1. So our answer is 15 and 909 thousandths. Let's try another one. Let's do 235 and 709 thousandths plus 13 and 19 hundredths. So once again, we line up our decimals, so we want our decimals right in the same spot. So the 235 is going to go before, the 709 will go after. So the 13 before, and the 19 after. Now I have some extra spots, so I might want to put some zeros in. And I'm going to add down. I'm going to start on my left, on right, and work to my left. 9 plus 0 is 9. 0 plus 9 is 9. 7 plus 1 is 8. I drop my decimal down. 5 plus 3 is 8. 3 plus 1 is 4. And 2 plus 0 is 0. Excuse me, 2. And we have our decimal in. Now that we've done some adding, let's do some subtracting. So if you move on down in your foldable, you see this. It says subtracting. We're going to line the decimals in order. We're going to subtract right to left. We're going to borrow as needed. And we're going to drop decimals straight down. So let's go ahead and draw in our decimal line. We're going to once again drop it straight down. So we're going to go straight down. Now I need to make that yellow. And then we're going to do it over here on the other diagram as well. Okay, the first problem we're going to do is 17 and 821 thousandths minus 15 and 235 thousandths. So we put our decimal in. We fill in before, so 17. We fill in after 821. Whatever is listed first goes in the first row. Minus 15, so 15. We put our decimal in. 235. And now it says we're going to subtract down and borrow as needed. Well, I can't take 1 from 5, so I'm going to have to borrow from the 2 and make it a 1, which makes my 1 an 11. 11 minus 5 is 6. So now I'm going to repeat the process. 1 minus 3 I cannot do, so I'm going to borrow 1 for my 8, make it a 7, making my 11 minus 3, which is 8. 7 minus 2 I can do, which is 5. I put my decimal in. 7 minus 5 is 2, and 1 minus 1 is 0. I have no more digits. I made sure my decimal came straight down, so I'm done with that problem. Let's try another one. 23 and 8 thousandths minus 14 and 95 hundredths. So we put the decimal in. We're going to put the 3 and the 2 before, and the 0 and the 0 and the 8 after. Then we're going to subtract from that 14 and 95 hundredths. Now you need to fill in zeros where needed. And we start right to left. So 8 minus 0 is 8. 0 minus 5 I can't do, so I'm going to borrow from the next one over, which is 0. I can't do that either. So I'm going to have to come all the way over to 3 and borrow 1. That'll make that 0 a 10. So now I can borrow from the 10 and make it a 9. I carry my 1. 10 minus 5 is 5. 9 minus 9 is 0. I drop my decimal down. 2 minus 4 I cannot do, so I need to borrow. Carry my 1. 12 minus 4 is 8, Charlie. And 1 minus 1 is 0. And I'm done with my digits, so I know I'm done with that problem. Now the other operation we have done is multiply. Now multiply is a little more tricky. It has a few more steps. We're going to place the number with the most digits on top. We're going to multiply top by the number on the far right. We're going to carry as needed and place zeros in. We're going to multiply by the second digit and continue on repeating the process. And then we're going to count the number of decimal places to move and move that many decimal places from right to left. So we're going to do 2 examples. The first example we're going to do is 2.3 times 0.795. Now 2.3 has 2 digits. 7.9 or 0.795 has 3 digits. So 0.795 is going to go on the top. Notice we did not mark the yellow line, Charlie, because we are not going to line up our decimals. The one with the most amount of digits goes on top. Now my 2.3 goes on my second line. We are going to multiply. So now I'm going to multiply. To do that, I'm going to take my first digit and multiply by each of my top digits. So 3 times 5 is 15, Charlie. Carry my 1. 3 times 9 is 27. Plus 1 is 28. So I write an 8 and I carry my 2. 3 times 7 is 21, Charlie, plus 2 more gives me 23. Now I have multiplied everything by the 3. I put a 0 down where the 3 was, and I'm going to repeat the process, but this time I'm going to multiply by 2. So 2 times 5 is 10, carry my 1. 2 times 9 is 18, plus 1 is 19. Carry my 1. 2 times 7 is 14, plus 1 is 15. Okay, so I've now multiplied everything by 2, so now I have all my numbers. I'm going to add down, so I get 5, 8, 12, carry my 1, 8, 1. And now I need to count my decimals. So I look and I say, okay, 1, 2, 3 decimals here, 1 decimal here, 3 plus 1 is 4. So I'm going to move my decimal from right to left 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, Charlie. So my answer is 1 and 8285. Let's try another one, Charlie. The next one we're going to do is 16 and 2/10 times 38. Actually, let's do 3.85. So these both have 3 digits, so it doesn't matter which one goes on top. So I'm just going to list them in order. So just like before, I'm going to multiply everything by the ones digit first. So 5 times 2 is 10, carry my 1. 6 times 5 is 30, plus 1 is 31. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 3 more is 8, Charlie. Now I've multiplied everything by the 5, so I put my 0 down. I'm going to multiply everything by 8. 8 times 2 is 16, carry my 1. 8 times 6 is 48, plus 1 is 49. Carry my 4. 8 times 1 is 8, plus 4 more is 12. Okay, so now I've cut and multiplied everything by 8. So I have 1, 2. So I need 2 zeros. Now I'm going to multiply everything by 3. 3 times 2 is 6, Charlie. We don't have that one there. 3 times 6 is 18, carry my 1. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 1 is 4, Charlie. Now we're going to add down, because we've multiplied by all the numbers. So that one's done. We get 0, 7, 17, 24, carry my 2, 12, carry my 1, and 6. Then we count our number of decimals. 1, 1, 2. That's 3 decimal places, Charlie. So we start on the far right and we move 1, 2, 3 decimal places, Charlie. So my answer is 62 and 470. Now you can drop a 0 on the end, but not to get you mixed up. We're just going to leave the 0 on the end. I hope this is helpful, Charlie. Now you're going to do some of these for me. Be careful and use your foldable to help you through the problems.